So wow, YouTube's definitely been in some hot water recently. And I know that you guys were expecting a Extreme Chronicles pilot episode trailer from me for right now, with but recently I discovered something while I was watching some YouTube videos from one of my favorite YouTubers and one of my favorite animators on YouTube. And but basically allow me to explain. Recently, YouTube has been hit with a lawsuit for $170 million from the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC for short. And basically, the lawsuit is about being able to illegal. It's basically about illegally collecting information on minors who watch YouTube videos from different videos and through personal lot and being able to put and basically involves putting in personalized ads and being able to dig into Google accounts through the parents' Google information or something like that kids usually use to be able to watch YouTube. I'm not familiar with the entire story about it, but I am familiar with it enough to know that it's kind of had a negative impact on YouTube, because the response that YouTube has had with this sort of lawsuit is a bit questionable, because from what I've learned is that what they've done is that they've pretty much put this system in place where you have to be able to either label all of your content on YouTube as either appropriate for something that's appropriate for children or not appropriate for children. And but trust me, it gets a lot more confusing than that, because with how YouTube chooses to describe what they want to be able to do to be able to enforce the child online protection rule, or whatever it's called. They've pretty much set up these rules where depending on the subject matter, if it appeals to kids and has characters on it that appeals to kids, especially if you're an animator, then it should be the focus on being able to put as child-friendly content. And that's kind of the confusing part, because the thing is, just because it appeals to children doesn't always mean that it's appropriate for them. Because there have definitely been times where I was a kid and there have been things that I kind of liked as a kid that really isn't targeted towards my age range. And that's kind of where the problem lies, because people can be able to use this as a loophole to be able to make such inappropriate content on YouTube, and it can be able to lead up to and even if it's not the intention of the creator can still be fined. Even they'll be fined for a large amount of money, even if the purpose is not even if the intended audience isn't for kids. And from what I've seen, it can be up to $42,350 or more. And that's insane, because no YouTuber can afford that much. Even I can't afford that much, and I can't even afford to live in my own apartment, even though I don't monetize my channel. And you'd think that I'd be safe from that, but there actually are some other consequences towards this rule. And it's the fact that if you're not monetizing your channel, and it's only for child-friendly content, then your notification bell gets taken away, certain parts of your Google count gets limited, and you're not less likely to be in the recommended section, which honestly, it would be nice if I was, but I don't really care about that much. But the point I'm trying to make is that because of this rule, my videos get recognized less and less often, and that kind of goes a little bit against what I'm trying to be able to do here on my channel. It's because I want more and more people to understand what autism is on my channel, and I want more and more people to be able to be exposed towards autism awareness. After all, that's kind of the reason why I set it up on YouTube. It's to be able to teach more and more people about autism, and to be able to show people my experiences with autism. And apparently, YouTube's solution, if you're having problems with this rule, is to be able to just get a lawyer. Because, yeah, a YouTuber is definitely going to be able to just have a lawyer on standby. Or at least YouTubers that aren't super successful like PewDiePie or Markiplier or MrBeast. But still, like I said, I can't even afford my own apartment, so I definitely can't afford to have my own lawyer. But even though my brother is a lawyer, but regardless, I bet you're wondering if there is a way to be able to stop this, and there is. If you go down to the couple of the links that I have in the description below, you can sign a couple of petitions to be able to tell the FTC to be able to have YouTube be able to clarify what is supposed to be child friendly, and reconsider the penalties and the limits towards people who just want to be able to make content for pretty much anyone of all ages, because my channel is for all ages, and to be able to essentially, at worst, be able to be fined, and at best, just to be able to not be noticed at all on my channel, and to be able to keep my audience restricted, that to me doesn't sound like a win-win situation. And that's kind of the biggest problem with this rule, and that's that nobody wins on YouTube because of this rule. So if you go down to the description and check the links in the description below, you can sign a couple of petitions to tell the FTC that YouTube needs to change this rule, and that they need to clarify how to be able to clarify these rules, and to be able to put a better system in place so that content creators don't suffer from being able to so that content creators, I should say, don't have to be able to be restricted towards keeping their content child friendly, and to be able to appeal to the audience that they themselves have set out for. Because the thing is with entertainment, it's not really the content creator's fault for what is shown to kids. It's mostly the parents' responsibility with what they show to their kids, and it's not fair to punish the content creators just because their content isn't child friendly. And not that I have this problem, since as I said, my channel is for everyone. It's just that with this whole rule setup, it kind of affects me too, just as it affects everyone. So if you really love YouTube, if you really do care about your content creators, and if you don't want to see them favorite content creators on YouTube, and if you don't want to see them fined, then I highly recommend checking out the links in the description below. And if the worst should happen on YouTube and this rule does end up hurting the amount of views on each of the content creators' channel, it doesn't really mean that it'll be the end of solving autism's puzzle. I'll still be able to post videos on Facebook, especially on Facebook because I get more views there and I get more shares there. I'll also be posting on Twitter and on Tumblr and on Reddit. I'm also going to think about getting a Vimeo account, just in case YouTube does end up going kaput. I'm also going to think about getting a Twitch account too, because I still want to keep making videos with you guys, even if YouTube is suddenly not interested in being able to keep going, or if something should happen to YouTube, I should say. But anyway, if you really do care about the content creators that you watch on YouTube, and if you really do care about YouTube itself, then I recommend, I'm begging you to please go down to the links in the description below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you fellow puzzle solvers next time.